Hello and welcome back to Dangerous to Society number 2. Right, Trevor? Right?
I thought it was
Number
dangerous to
two.
society, not
Man, what did
dangerous
I
to
put up
society.
on the fucking thing?
It was dangerous.
I don't know.
You put it as dangerous.
Yeah, see, dangerous.
We'll decide come like 200 parts, but right
Look,
now it doesn't.
I think that works, Trevor. Dangerous to society instead of dangers. You know?
This is a dumb topic. Let's move on already.
Yeah. Okay, so look, it's
what an
this-
intro. Fuck it.
So yeah, no, we're professional here. Look, same people, right? Same people. I'll introduce yourself. Hi, I'm James,
Hi.
also Mad Hatter. Ian, say hi,
Hi.
because you've been doing it
Hi.
for 5 seconds already. Trevor, say hi.
Hi, this is James, also known as Mad Hatter.
I'm gonna kill you. Fucking Ethan, say hi.
Hello.
See, look, he does it fine, and he's the one.
Because I don't want to get fired.
Yeah.
I don't
he's
pay
most likely
you.
To get kicked already.
That's true. I'm not on payroll.
You're the only one that's expendable.
That is also true.
Look, SK's really expendable though.
That-
Remember how we we had a whole story with SK. Who's starting this week?
I don't fucking know.
Nose goes.
I got something that can make everyone question reality.
Is it the thing
for
about like what Elon Musk was saying about the whole world, like the all reality being a hologram or some shit?
No.
Oh, okay, then go ahead.
Okay. I got a few questions for you.
Okay. Oh, questions for me or everyone?
Finish. Everyone.
Okay.
Complete this part of the phrase for me. The Baron Blank Bears.
God, I don't.
Nope.
I actually don't remember that show.
Nope.
Trevor,
got none.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm the same age as you, and I don't remember that show.
Oh no! Don't tell me. I think I know what this is. Don't.
Why not?
Wasn't
I don't
wasn't
wanna
it like
talk
the
about
Berenstein Bears?
It's Berenstein or Berenstein or whatever. It's.
I
like,
remember the
oh.
fucking books and slight parts of the show like it was some weird hallucinogenic like trip. Okay, I don't remember it.
I know
Well,
where
The
you're going.
Berenstein Bears or the Berenstain Bears?
Trevor.
I don't fucking know, Trevor.
Trevor. It was Berenstein Bears.
No, not according to the books themselves.
I will
said
kill you,
Berenstein.
Berenstein. The song always was the
We have
Berenstein
tunneled
Bears.
down a dark, dark tunnel.
Remember how I said conspiracy theorist last time? Here's
Yeah.
another one.
Hey,
Way.
who said I was a conspiracy theorist? I just wanted to fuck with
Go ahead.
people.
Explain the issue.
Okay, so the issue is the Mandela effect, or collective false memories. Now, this caught my attention because I distinctly do remember hearing that Nelson Mandela, or reading that Nelson Mandela died in prison in a history book, only to fucking see that he was fucking still alive and kicking. Right? This didn't bother me too much, honestly.
Is that where that came from?
But fucking, actually, it did bother me quite a lot, but I've gotten over it.
Was this the thing that like every time you remember a memory, you're like remembering the last time you remembered the memory, and so your memories slightly change over time?
No, this is something
No.
completely different.
Very
Alright.
different.
Very, very different. All right, I was half listening. Trevor. It's okay.
It's theorized that alternate universes collided.
You know what, Trevor?
Oh.
That reminds me of a thing. The one time that I was talking to Bracken, and
Not
he-
at all scientific at all, but
no, this reminds me of a time where like Bracken told me that that we webcammed before, right? Like we talked on cam and stuff like that. And I talked to him and I said, "Wait, I was on cam?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "I don't remember this at all. Like, did I fall through a universe? Am I in a slightly different world? I don't remember
When
this
was the
at
last
all."
time you fell through a universe?
Probably just short-term memory loss. man.
Is your
Trevor, in all honesty,
your family
let's
the same? Wait, is your family the same family that you knew from your last universe? Maybe your dad's a serial killer.
I mean, Trevor, it's almost the same with the slight differences that that I have four hands, except they're not on my arms. Like they're kind of on the like my leg, and just on the calf.
A weird place
Like,
to have a hand.
It is a weird place to have it, but it's on the calf, you know.
We are already off to a good start. I can really
Wait,
tell
so- okay,
this
so
is gonna be
Trevor.
an interesting day.
Trevor, go back to go back to the reasoning as to why there's two different parallel universes.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, really, if the whole parallel universe thing is in effect, I have this weird little fucking butane lighter in my hand. There's a universe where I light the lighter, and there's a universe where I don't light the lighter in the
Isn't it?
next 5 seconds.
Isn't there a universe where the lighter blows up in your hand too?
There's infinite universes of infinite everything, apparently.
Jerry, you know what?
Sure.
There's a show
Yes.
that explores
Infinite
this topic.
sandwiches. Let's go.
Jerry, there's a show that explores this topic, and I actually really like the show. You want to know what it's called? It's
Rick and Morty?
Yeah, it's a fun little show called Rick and Morty. It's a great show where like
No.
literally-
No. Okay, so I'm gonna steal this train for a second because you brought that up. I will not watch that show
Why?
anymore. I watched like the first 3 episodes or so when they came out, and you know why I don't watch it anymore, and why I've stayed off it this whole time is because I don't like change and I like being connected to the characters. What sucks is that 3 or so things in, it's the love potion episode where everything goes wrong and everyone turns into giant bug monsters and all that crap in the end. Sorry for the spoilers. And at the end of it, they end up putting themselves in an alternate but like basically parallel universe because they botched up the first one.
Yeah.
And so they make jokes about it every now and again in different episodes where they're like, yeah, this isn't the right universe anyway. This isn't the original one.
Yeah.
And knowing that all the characters around them aren't the real ones from the first universe drives me insane.
Well, I mean,
So will not watch it.
technically they are real. They're just not.
Oh, yeah,
their
they're
uni-
real. They're just
and how do
not
we know that
theirs.
Rick is that Rick's universe in the first place? How do you know he didn't fuck up a different universe?
Oh, that's weird.
You don't know that. You don't even know if that's the original Morty at this
Imagine-
point.
Look, that
Imagine
show
if we
just messes.
all are. Imagine if we all are quantum points in our own universe, and we just keep on skipping. Or sorry, we keep on skipping like quantum points in different universes, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine what the universe you originated was like.
We're gonna give fucking people anxiety, Trevor. They're gonna have existential crisis.
That's
But the
about
one
all I
thing,
can
the one thing with
And
Rick
that's
and
why
Morty,
we're dangerous to society.
Got real
but
deep.
the thing with Rick and Morty, like I felt that way too. But then after a couple episodes in, I was like, yeah, that fucking Jerry's still annoying as shit though. So it's basically the same.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Especially, He's definitely my least favorite character. He made the Meeseeks upset. Oh,
He's the one person in the entire fucking universe that could do that to a Meeseeks. Have you noticed Rick literally told them, don't give him too complicated of a task, but Jerry's a complicated task?
golf is a
just him.
complicated sport in his defense.
Well, I mean, though, the thing is, though, it's Jerry. He wasn't taking any of Meeseeks' advice, though.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
one of the Summer wanted the love of her life, didn't she?
No, Summer wanted to be popular, and
Popular.
fucking Meeseeks did it. Beth wanted to fucking, like, I think find herself or some shit like that, and she fell in love with
Okay.
Meeseeks. These are spoilers, but if you haven't seen this fucking like the show, I mean, literally, we're waiting
Yeah,
for
this
the
is
third.
like early season 1. Current
like-
stuff right now is like season 3.
I was behind on it, and I caught up on it, and I became addicted to the fucking show.
Yeah, and the fun thing is you can spoil tiny bits of episodes, but that does nothing in the grand scheme of
It
things.
literally
Everything
has
is
no
so-
correlation with each other with these single one-off episodes. Like Mr. Poopy Butthole.
We don't talk about that.
Look, that was
I'm
a
here.
tragic
My
incident.
job on this podcast is to be here and tell you not to talk about that.
What the fuck?
Okay, back to other stories. Other
Jesus.
news. It's okay. We're only 11 minutes in.
You know, imagine waking up into an alternate universe that's really, really like off, but in a way that would drive you crazy over time. Not like fucking.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
wake
just
up-
the tiniest subtle stuff is different. And you're
Like-
like,
You wake up right and strawberries are now called blueberries
I want to be honest with you,
or
Trevor.
red berries.
That probably won't
I'd be
bug me too
upset.
much. Do you know what would bug me, Trevor?
What?
The alternate reality where Hitler won.
oh, you did it. You brought it up.
Yeah, I know. I lost Godwin's Law.
The whole reason why we started talking about that in the first place, though,
Was
it-
because
like,
of
there's-
Godwin's Law.
No, there's literally 5 billion different conspiracy theories, and then actual like probable like scientific ones about having all these parallel universes and stuff like that. But the reason why he brought this up is because it used to be the Berenstain Bears used to be spelled one way, and now it's completely spelled a different way.
Couldn't that
Well,
just
like-
been like a typo that like didn't go through like
Well,
editing properly?
Not
and then,
exactly.
like, and then they just kept it like because the old guy who spelt it a different way just maybe.
It can't. That's not the issue because there are kids who remember it being like EIN or whatever. I don't remember if I have this backwards or not, but they remember it being that way on all their books and everything like that, and the show. And then just one day they automatically changed it to the other version of it. And like
Yeah.
even on the song, like the way they pronounced it was a tiny bit different. And then kids started going back to their books to look at their books, and the letters were different on them too. And so we were like, wait, that doesn't make sense. And then
maybe that book is just a
Or I have a
conspiracy by
theory.
aliens.
I have a theory. Quantum vowels.
okay, okay, Trevor. Look, I have a hard enough time with sometimes why.
Fuck.
Okay.
I'm literally not happy here. I have nothing to say. Like,
Look, okay, this became a
It's
real
just
like
stupid.
we didn't even do any like the normal news like stories or normal conspiracy that we did last time. Trevor immediately jumps into the fucking deep end of the internet and it's like, yeah, what if realities are just shifting constantly or some
We don't
shit
need
like
to do
that?
this.
fuck off.
Hey, you wanted me to bring
Fuck all I
something
gotta
last time
say.
I came unprepared. This time I came way over prepared, I guess.
Look, just let me worry about normal things like at what point this Earth is going to be destroyed and have to restart itself over. I can deal with that.
Look, I
can't
mean, it's
deal
not going to
with
be
the
in our
other thing right
lifetime.
now.
Here's
Oh, I
my
won't be.
actual,
We're fine.
here's my
We're safe.
actual theory on Berenstain. Right?
Okay.
Everyone here had parents, right?
Yes.
You know, I think that's how it works, Trevor.
Bad parents.
I think
Bad
that.
parents. Where'd
Were
they
you
go?
Batman?
I know for a fact Ian was born in a test tube.
Oh.
I was grown
Anyway.
in an incubator.
Oh, nice.
And your parents probably grew up hearing the names Goldstein, Feinstein, Einstein, right? They look at the book, right?
Yeah.
And that little tiny part of your brain that's a bit dyslexic is just like Berenstain. And so they read you the book, the Berenstain Bears, blah, 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 Berenstain, blah, 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 Berenstain, blah, 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 Berenstain, right? And then you read the book, blah, 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 Berenstain, you never realizing that there was an A there the entire fucking time and you weren't saying it right. Kind of like how in fucking Harry Potter, where no one could pronounce Hermione or fucking people were calling him Cyrus Black.
Hermione? Hey, Hermione! How'd you do on that incantation exam? I killed the
But
cat.
how do you have every single person who reads it have the same problem?
Collective ignorance?
I guess it must be.
I don't know. Like, this
Like
isn't
I said,
something
like I
that,
said,
like, four idiots can
Stein
solve,
is a
okay?
very common fucking end of a surname in like Germany, right?
Right.
Stain isn't so much.
Stain is the stuff you get on your pants.
Good.
I was
Good.
gonna say carpet, but alright.
If you're Ian, it's on your pants.
Yeah.
So,
For
Trevor,
sure.
you were talking about, like, names, right? And this reminds me, do you remember in Rugrats, Dr. Lipschitz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Fun fact, my mother knew somebody with the last name Lipschitz.
Oh
Like
no.
they were a real person. And I was like, "Are you for real?" And to me, I thought that was just amazing that somebody like a cartoon character from my childhood like was possibly a real person.
That's depressing, though.
That's
You
not
had to grow up at some point with kids knowing what your last name is.
Her name's Lipschitz.
Kids
Look,
are bullies, man.
What if he became a
Some
child?
Dr.
That's why he
Lipschitz.
became a child psychologist. It all makes
Oh.
sense. He's doing it to
That's-
get rid of
He's
bullies.
fucking what's it called? He's fucking counseling a bully, right? Trying to get him to give up his bullying ways. And the bully just goes to him, "Whatever, Dr. Shitlip." Right? And fucking
And then
you
he
see
just
the doctor-
cracks.
No. You see the doctor just pull a fucking bloody baseball bat from behind his chair slowly, and the fucking screen turns to black.
It's like you shouldn't have done that, kid. No one has lived to call me that name in years.
Okay, so whose turn is it for stories? I'm gonna go with Ian, because Ian was
Alright,
quiet the entire time with multiple
yeah.
realities and
Because I had
shifting
fucking
dimensions.
nothing on that shit. Get the fuck out.
He wasn't prepared for
go,
that
bud.
level of like. And then
That shit
I
hurts my head. That's why I don't go there.
look
Fuck that.
last time Ethan had a conspiracy theory that was good and everything. This time I actually found a story. Like,
Did you though?
I did, and it's more of like I'm not going to read the entire story because it's a fairly decent article. I'm going to basically skim it. But Ian, you tell me your story because I feel like yours and I's are probably more grounded in reality instead of Trevor's
mine's just
multidimensional.
like a story of one of my friends who works at a Kroger, basically.
What the fuck's a
And
Kroger?
you know, it's a fucking grocery store.
I don't have those here.
I get it. That's
Wait,
okay.
pause,
It's
pause.
a grocery store.
I
and
still don't know. Where are you from?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Like originally or now?
Where are you now?
Oh, now I'm
Pennsylvania.
in Pennsylvania, in the United States.
Okay, where were you originally from?
I was from a very small tribe in Alaska, from the northern hemisphere. It was it was pretty cool.
Really, James? The
Yeah.
Northern Hemisphere in Alaska.
Yeah,
Wow. How do we piece those two
it's
together?
pretty normal, Trevor. You know, it's we were so far north, we were south at one point.
Okay, I guess that answers my
That's
question on
true.
why you don't have Kroger's. Sorry, continue, Ian.
Yeah. And so there's this thing called ClickList, which is like you order your food and shit online,
Yeah,
and then people are paid to go get all the shit and bring it to you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the carts that they have, you're supposed to like do everything a certain way so you don't fuck up people's shit and all that.
right.
And my friend was just fucking with someone because really you don't care. You're not gonna fuck up a bunch of fucking boxes anyways
Yeah,
because that's all people order because they're fucking fat lazy shits.
fat lazy shit's right.
Calling from experience.
Yeah,
Uh,
being a fat lazy shit
But-
or not caring.
all of the above.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so he was just messing with him, saying that he was doing shit wrong, and the guy like freaks the fuck out for no reason, and fucking he just I don't know how to really explain it because I wasn't there obviously, but he just fucking blows up in the middle of the store in front of a bunch of fucking customers, and like my friend, because he knows how to fucking work a job and not get fucked over,
Yeah.
he just didn't react at all. And come to find out, like 2 or 3 days later, the dude completely quit his job and never
Oh,
went
no.
back.
Oh my god.
Just for a simple "I'm messing with you" kind of day.
That's supposed to be a helpful thing that they got going on, and what a horrible guy. That's really kind of funny, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it really is. Like the dude who blew up just like said he was gonna fucking kill my friend or whatever. And it was like, really? Is this where we're going?
Just
But
because
if you've ever worked at a Kroger, because I have, you find a special sort of people there. Like there's some really nice people, but they're not stingy on who they employ. Like they are always employing people because they.
Yeah.
that's
Always
like
trying
Walmart
to get
and
people
Dunkin'
to use it.
Donuts and
Yeah.
McDonald's and Burger
Yeah,
King.
so-
and most
Apparently,
other
you
fast
end
food
up with
Kroger's
places.
and
people
stuff, they look
who-
for nothing but part-time.
Right. So you have people who are completely short fuse people, either really small teenagers, like with their first job and don't know how to handle jobs, or you got people middle age who are going through a problem right now, so they have to have this in between job, or you got people who have been there all their lives and they know nothing else. So they're sick of it and they're like 60 to 70 years old. So like those are the people that you find who freak out at every small thing. Like a label is missing on a salad bag and all of a sudden they're like throwing things at the cash registers. So I'm not shocked that that happened,
Yeah.
but also people in generally can have shorter fuses now over the stupidest of crap. So
I'm
it makes
offended.
sense.
Offended at nothing. It's okay. It's okay.
There are those people who do that. They are the most annoying people. Like there's just people who legitimately have a reason to be like upset about something, and then there's people who are like, that sweater is certain color. I'm offended.
Right.
It's just
That was
I
the
think-
sweater
I think
my
what it
dad
is
wore
people
when he
have-
beat his belt.
They've mixed up what the word offending means or offended means more towards the what I don't like.
yeah.
Like just because you don't like something doesn't mean you're offended by it. Like
Yeah.
that's become too synonymous with it. Like you can be offended that someone completely just made fun of your lifestyle and your morals and all that stuff, but you can't be offended about a person wearing a yellow shirt because you don't like the color yellow. That's
Yeah.
just you not liking the color yellow.
There was a story about this is just pertaining to color.
This is the story of a
Look,
girl.
my mom remembers a time she was in a store and she heard some woman. She heard some woman saying that red is the devil's color or something like that. Now, my mom's like, it's just red though. Like, roses are red. Like,
violets are blue.
you know, like
I've gotta pee.
we
How
have.
about
There's
you?
how many things in nature that are red, and this woman's going on about red's the devil's color, and it's like, well, I mean,
Santa
but-
Claus is red.
but and he's the jolliest
Santa
The
Claus.
motherfucker.
sun is
Devil.
red.
Did you say
My
the
face is covered in red.
Did you just say the sun is red?
Hey,
The sun is red.
The sun is not red. The sun is white.
Not our sun.
Oh, okay.
You know what the sun is,
Oh,
dude?
You mean Krypton's sun?
Our sun is a red giant. Not a red giant. Well, if it's a red giant, we're in trouble.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Um,
it's
it's in between on the spectrum, so it's not white. It's like orange red.
from Earth. If you're in space, it's white.
No, I mean
Blood
from
from-
space is
no, it's
orange
the-
red.
The
The color spectrum. Sorry.
The wine from communion's red, man.
What, Trevor?
The wine from communion is red.
I know, right? Like
shit.
this is a lady that clearly doesn't understand
The
how colors
blood-
work. One.
The blood that Jesus Christi fucking shed on his
Trevor.
fight with... What? What?
Did you just say his?
Trevor,
Yeah.
we, just-
Fuck off. Alright?
we cannot go into religious. Look, I try to keep it away from politics and religion because we do that. We are literally, and this is we're going to use the word properly. We are going to offend somebody.
You're offending me.
So pull
I'm just kidding.
pull that thought train back a little bit, Trevor. just a little bit. We understand.
Okay.
I understand you, Trevor. I see you, and I thank you for your sacrifice and the meat that you were about to bestow to me.
Okay.
Absolutely, just
I am a hunter
The
gatherer.
blood, the blood that the Easter Bunny bled to give us our candy.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Did you ever see the pictures of like the old Easter bunnies in pictures? And how terrifying they fucking were?
We have reasons as to why kids cried when they had to take their picture with the Easter Bunny every year. at
Yeah,
the
I know.
mall.
The kids nowadays are a bunch of wimps, and it's like the Easter bunny is not scary. Have you seen the old ones?
Oh God.
It's
like-
like saying Barney the dinosaur now is not as creepy as the first Barney the dinosaur. That thing is terrifying.
Barney the dinosaur
Oh.
was like my childhood hero because.
Oh yeah,
But I mean, I'm sure earlier versions of the costume were not as neat and clean, and it probably
James.
looked like a T-Rex.
James, I loved Barney as a kid so much that my first memories are of Barney. Whereas, like my mom said, I would stare silently at the TV, and the moment the credits would roll, I'd cry until she rewound it, and played it again. However,
Oh.
as much as I loved that show as a kid, I've seen pictures. And okay, so I'm from a family of 9 kids. I'm the middle of 9.
Wow. All right.
So my oldest sister is 27 or so, 26, 27 up there. So she was around when the first Barney episodes came out.
yeah.
And that was back when like photographs, like you actually physically had the photograph that you could see. So I'm going through a scrapbook a couple weeks ago, and I find this picture of her where she looks like super sad, and I couldn't figure out why at first when I saw it because half the photo was covered. I uncovered the other half of the photo, and like the costume now is a purple dinosaur with green dots and all that, and like the eyes are in the head, and it makes sense. This costume was blue, furry,
Oh.
like a little bit fuzzy, and the eyes were big and beady and popped out of the head, like super white eyes with like small
fucking,
pupils.
I've seen it too. It's like fucking Barney was just like in Antarctica for like years at a time.
Was he a monster? Like you said he was
No,
fluffy. It's
no.
like
No, I'm talking like he's just alone the last of his expedition to survive, living off of fucking meth and cheese scraps.
Yeah,
Just
take a second. If you're with your phone right now, take a second and Google past pictures of Barney.
I'm looking.
I'm-
I'm trying to look up old pictures of Barney the dinosaur. Hold on. I'm. Oh, these are just the normal ones.
Yeah. Nothing's good coming up. It's fucked.
You have to say like original Barney suit. Or that.
Let's try that.
Were the eyes like? Because he could blink the eyes that I knew about. Were the other ones just like?
Oh, you
not-
can't blink anymore. No, it was
No, they
big
were-
white
Were-
eyes.
They were just white eyes that were just constantly
Like
open
a-
as wide as they could.
Like I said, with the old suit, the eyes were in the head. This one, it popped out. Of the head.
I think I found it.
Oh my god, I found a picture. His face, he looks like Reptar.
Yep. Yep, that sounds about right. But
Is this
Reptar had
what I'm
eyebrows.
looking at?
Reptar
That's
could at
right.
least look angry. This one was just like,
Wait,
hello.
wait. Maybe there's only one version of
James, you're
Barney.
gonna have
Maybe
to
that's
dig
the only
for
thing
this.
maybe that's the only thing that survived.
What is
The Berenstain.
that? Looks like a
Berenstein.
really cheap
Stop this.
costume. The one that I found, right,
Oh no.
was I found one that looks like this. The people at home can't see any of these pictures.
You're gonna want to put these in the video. It might be a good idea.
That's not hard.
Yeah, I just have to listen through our horribleness. Like I found that picture.
Are you putting it in the...
I'm
Oh,
showing.
oh.
Yeah, it's going in the.
Yeah, that's
header
not bad.
mine.
Okay, so that's the VHS, like the original VHS tapes, after
Yeah.
they fixed it.
Yeah.
If you take the eyes, remove the eyelids, and shrink down the pupils, but then also change the way that the head is formed, the head was like a rectangular flap.
Oh,
What is that?
oh no.
Like that.
What are we
No.
looking at?
That's closer to how creepy it is. All right, I'm going to
That's
see if I can
adorable.
find it while we're talking about this, but we can continue on to something else.
This is gonna be a part of the video that I have to go through and remember these pictures.
Yeah, I mean, we can probably
least
send
they're
it
here.
right back to you, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's only 29 minutes in when I have to look at this. Okay, so am I
Yeah.
telling my story now,
If you
or
would
what? Or are you done your
prefer
story,
to.
Ian? Because we went off topic.
Yeah, that's about it. Just people flipping out for no reason.
Okay.
Not
Oh.
really much else to say.
So
Kind
Found,
of stupid.
did you find it?
I found the one that looked very much closer to what the head used to look like. I think
Alright.
this was in between the photo that got posted last time. I don't want to save this to my computer because it looks weird.
No, just,
Copy
just
the
copy
image
the
and
image
paste
and then just paste it.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. You don't have
Yeah,
to
right
save
click it
nothing.
and go copy image.
Things so much easier.
Now we're also a Discord tutorial.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's getting closer to how it's weird.
This is starting to look like,
Look at how happy she is.
this is starting
He
to look
reminds me of like a character from Five Nights at Freddy's. Like,
That's-
look at him.
God damn it, you stole it.
You're welcome, Trevor. That's the new antagonist. Look at him. Five Nights at Freddy's Return to Barney's Castle, right?
I don't like that. I really don't like that.
Please, somebody like make a mod or just make a like a fan game for Five Nights at Freddy, dude. Barney.
Oh God.
Think about that in the dark. I love you.
Okay, now we're
You
done.
love me.
Now we're done.
We're one big happy.
God
Alright.
damn it.
I got a story. You want to hear how dumb 10-year-olds are?
Yes.
All right, so
Sign me up.
a 10-year-old kid from Texas, right, decides that she's going to put a fidget spinner, a part of a fidget spinner, in her mouth to clean it, which is stupid as shit. And then she swallows the bearing. Her mom tries to do the Heimlich but can't get it to budge, but she's not dying because they got her to the hospital. Plus, I mean, the bearing's got a hole straight through it.
Yeah.
You're fine.
It's just a
Justin
skateboard
fidget
bearing, really.
spinners now
Yeah.
banned from school
But no, like,
because of
she
one
takes him to the
dumbass
hospital,
kid.
and then the doctor and her like talking about how dangerous it is and how fidget spinners can come apart. Yes, $2 fidget spinners can come apart very easily. I have a fidget spinner that's like a wheel, and it has only one bearing in it. But
Yeah.
okay, there's some. The thing is though, because fidget spinners have different brands and everything, not all of them had the same warning label. Some say for 10 and up. Some say no kid below 3 should have it, which makes sense because 3-year-olds shouldn't have anything they can stick in their mouth. If you're a parent and you think I'm going to give this thing that's for kids to just spin in classes and shit like that, it was meant for kids with autism and shit like that. But let's be fair, we're all douchebags and we get them.
Because the internet is great.
Yeah. But she gives it to her like these kids, and it's like I thought 10-year-olds didn't stick shit in their mouth as much, but apparently I was
You
wrong.
think that?
Here's
yeah.
the X-ray of it, by the way.
Oh no.
You can clearly see there's a foreign object in the throat.
Oh,
it seems to be a bearing
Nah,
from
that
the-
looks normal.
from the said fidget spinner. Either that or that's a very advanced voice box replacer.
Yeah.
And this is a very,
That's
very
what she
in-depth.
has the stoma.
It's just- but no, like
No, you know what that is? That's one of the. That's a tiny version of one of those little fucking discs you used to put in the fucking goggle things, and you like flip through it, and it's Scooby and Shaggy and shit.
Oh my god.
She swallowed a
Fucking
microphone,
little
man.
projector thing.
There's nuclear launch codes on that thing. Don't
Oh my lord.
so. I was talking to my parents about this, right? And my mom's like, kids would just put things in their mouths. And like, I never did, but I wasn't that stupid. And like, I just think they're getting dumber. Like, they have things for outlets because your kid will play with forks and any other object and stick shit in like electrical outlets. But 10-year-olds don't normally do that. 10-year-olds normally
Yeah,
have
they're
some
normally not that
form.
stupid.
Yeah, 10-year-olds normally have some form of common sense.
look.
Fuck,
Childhood?
remember when like we were 10? Fuck, I was playing with fire by the time I was 10. Like,
I was like
Jesus.
14 years ago. I was
All I'm
10
gonna
years
say-
old, and I was just enjoying outside.
yeah.
Is childhood is just one kid after another ruining all the fun toys for the rest of us.
That is very much true.
This is very much true. Like, this mother was like being warned, and then I think there's now people trying to get them banned because they're dangerous. It's like, look, okay, we used to play with like sticks, okay? Like, kids will find anything to hurt
Small
themselves
sticks.
with, and you can't ban sticks, okay? They'll find them.
Ban sticks, supported by the Lumberjack Coalition.
Look, and then if you
Don't-
move to
don't
the
ban.
city,
Just
you
keep
got
people
different things to worry
from that.
about, like getting mugged, okay? Like, but no.
Mugged for your fidget
Like,
spinner.
when I was a kid, I played with sticks. I played with ropes and shit, dude.
Oh damn.
Like
Rope.
every kid will play with a rope and sticks and everything. Like they'll just tie rope to stuff and they'll fling it around, or they'll
You know
tie
what?
rope to everything.
Now you're reminding me of something that I heard about the fidget spinner thing.
Go ahead.
Someone apparently got ticked off because a couple years ago she apparently was the first one to make this idea. And when she pitched the idea, parents were like, nope, that's stupid. Why would I buy that for my kid? And so she didn't get any money from making the idea. And now she's trying to sue for the license of it because it's so big now. But like, the thing that I don't understand was she pitched this as a toy for kids. No one wanted it. But the only reason why people wanted it now was because it was pitched as an idea for kids with, autism and things like that, for them to be able to quietly spin it and focus on stuff in class instead of acting out and all
Dude.
that, and like learning how to be calm and all that. Kids only wanted it after the kids who needed it had them and were like, oh, I want it, and asked their parents for it.
I'll be
The
honest.
parents, when they were left to their own devices with it, were like, why would I buy my kid that without consulting the kid?
Yeah,
So like,
you need to do a test group with like kids. And also, did she patent it? Did she actually patent it
Yeah,
before?
I think
that's
she
the thing,
did.
yeah.
I think she did patent
If she still had her patent, then she's completely in the right to do it. But if her patent, like, she didn't like get approved for the patent or whatever, and it went away, then she then she's got some
That's a good one.
what Trevor?
Dude, someone tried to patent. Someone actually did patent toast.
Man,
Nice.
was there a patent on it already?
Nope.
Then they can do that.
Yeah.
But you
Technically-
don't
Trevor, I
have-
want you to do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go patent the sun.
Oh, yes. And
Patent the sun,
everyone
and then
pay you
that's
a
your
tax for
son.
using
That's not
the
something you
sun.
patent, but it doesn't.
Okay, oh, I'm sorry, trademark it.
There are infinite energy machines that are patented, but infinite energy is like impossible. Like you know what I'm talking
Currently.
about, like fucking perpetual.
Yeah.
perpetual
With our
motion.
understanding of how physics and all science
There
works,
are
it's impossible.
There are anti-gravity machines that are patented, but guess what? They don't fucking work. It doesn't have to work to get a patent.
Okay, Trevor, you know what I want you to do? Because you don't want to patent the sun. Go trademark the sun. So anytime any movie or video or anything has the sun in it, you get paid.
That's also impossible.
How's that impossible? Someone patent toast.
Someone patented toast, but like I said, you could patent anything.
Yeah,
Doesn't
you
mean
have to patent it when you create it. You can't create a
That's
sun.
not true. You can
I mean,
patent something else the
right
same.
now you can't, but let me be fair, right? Okay, you can make one digitally, right?
A sun?
You can make anything digitally. So you could technically make an artificial sun just on a computer.
That is true.
I guess.
I mean, you don't have to physically create a star, Ethan. You know, think reasonable here.
Okay.
Think.
I mean,
not as
I'm not
big.
expecting you to be a god.
We're not saying think this big. We're thinking.
Not
Slightly
thinking
smaller,
this big, thinking
though.
this big.
Okay.
Not as big.
But back to the fidget spinner. For a long time, I didn't know what the fuck these things were because I just saw them pop up on the internet, right? And then I finally saw what they were, and I was like, and I thought they were stupid in the beginning, but then when I was in New York, I kind of wanted something to bring home from New York, and it was kind of last minute, and there was a shop right there, right where I had to get into on my bus. So I hop in there, and I'm just like, I'll just get a fucking fidget spinner or whatever, right? See what the hubbub's about. So I get one that looks like a wheel or whatever, and honestly, it's kind of fucking fun with the gyroscopic effect and everything on it. Like, I'll be honest with you, I can see why people like them. I don't understand rompers though.
Yeah. Oh.
No, rompers I get. Romp hymns I don't get. Those are stupid.
They are, I know, but there's people who wear a shirt and shorts, and that's
Yep.
fine. There's people who wear jumpsuits, you know, and like work uniforms, like janitors and stuff like that. These people are just dumb.
Like, Ethan, you've seen me in real life. Picture me in a fucking romp him really quick.
I don't want to do that.
Oh,
I don't
Okay.
know why, but this
Yeah.
is literally all I can
You are
think of.
welcome to wear whatever you want. I will not
I
harass
realize I
people about-
am, but think about what I'd look like in that.
Oh, I know. Like, here's the thing. Here's what you're supposed to do when you see people wearing things you don't like. Think, wow, he's a fucking... But you keep it in your head. Like, that's fine. But you know I will think that about you the entire time that you're wearing it.
Oh, yeah.
I
need to
will.
wear it if they want to.
I will come up to you, Ian. I will speak to you and say you look like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Every time
That's
someone
great.
says romp him, all I can imagine is an old Indian chief romp him. Just
Oh, Trevor.
chief romp him stump.
Oh. Okay.
I bet you could probably find someone who was wearing it, and at first you probably won't even notice that they're wearing it.
Yeah,
because
that's
it doesn't
someone
look
who's, like,
offensive to your eyes.
Well,
But I'm sure there are
muscular as
people.
shit. And doesn't look nasty as fuck.
You don't look nasty.
Do you
as
remember
fuck.
the man bun?
Yes. Yes,
Now,
I do.
there were certain people who could make this style work, right? The problem is when you see certain people, like models, pull things off, is that other people who are not models try to do it, and it looks like shit. Look at most of the things that, okay, have you ever seen the thing where, women see something online, like an outfit or something, they buy it online because it looks really good on the model, and then they get it, and it looks absolutely like shit?
Yeah.
The problem is because, one, anything with a model or any photography that's professionally done for advertising or whatever is always going to look better than it does in real life. Look at any fast food item on a menu.
McDonald's. Done.
They literally
at it,
have
nice.
thing
Be
called
nice to my love.
they have food artists and they have this fake food shit and it's spray painted and colored and everything to make
It's
it
a
look
piece of fucking rubber in the
it
commercial.
basically is. And you know what though? Excuse me. I would enjoy the chicken at McDonald's if they served real chicken. It is a paste. Let's be fair. We know it is a paste. Why do we still eat it? Because it's cheap and it doesn't taste like cardboard.
Yeah, basically. But makes you feel like shit after you've eaten it.
I never
Yeah,
feel like
you know how
I never
know
feel like
that
shit after making this decision, Ian.
Do you know how I know that it's probably what you said it is, and it probably isn't real meat, and I'm still okay with it, even though I probably.
I
shouldn't
am
be.
too.
The reason
Look.
why I know it's not is because
Chicken doesn't look like that.
well, yeah, chicken doesn't look like it, but aside from all of these things, whenever I eat, let's say I'll use the example of taquitos from Kroger. I buy taquitos with chicken in them. There are times when you buy stuff that has real chicken in it that whoever manufactured it, processed the food, processed the original meat, probably effed up at some point and left bits of chicken that you shouldn't be eating. So there have been times where I'll eat something. And it happened with something that wasn't taquitos, the same day that it happened with taquitos. I don't remember what else I ate, but you get something feels hard, and you pull it out, and it's like a twig, and it's
Or
either
a bone.
yeah, it's like a bone, it's like a lining, or it's basically a foot, part of the foot of a chicken. And I'm okay, now I gotta puke for a little while, but you never find that in that type of food. You don't find it in Wendy's. You don't find it in McDonald's. And maybe they're better at finding it and not allowing those things to get in their food.
Right.
But like, come on, someone's gonna mess up. We're all human. That's just
Yeah.
how that happens. So
At
to
least-
not find that,
At least I'm not gonna get salmonella from McDonald's chicken because it's not real.
That's true.
That's
true.
very
I mean, I could probably leave that thing in my refrigerator for about 4 years and pull it
Sure.
out. It would taste exactly the same. It'd probably be green, but it'd probably taste the
Probably.
same.
If
I
we can
could
make
probably
food
die doing that though. Don't
that's
do that.
not like the old kind. Like if we can make new types of food that doesn't have to be that meat, but gives us the same like nutrients and is
Yeah.
better for us, I'm gonna be all for it. Like if you can make me something that passes off like McDonald's chicken, but like is good for you and like tastes not like crap and doesn't make you feel like crap after, I'm all for that.
That-
I would rather us not have
That
to keep
reminds
killing
me of
off the wildlife.
something. So you know of Adam Savage from MythBusters, right?
Yes.
He has his own YouTube channel and everything like that. That's called Test It. He went to a place where he had a vegan burger, but the thing is with these vegan burgers is they actually cook them, right? Like meat. Like he touched it and he felt it and he's like, it's greasy, like the raw patty and everything. He's like, it feels like meat. And then he was eating it and he's like, it's greasy in the right ways. And he's like, it seems like if you didn't tell me, I would think it was really meat. And he says, and the person who was cooking it says, yeah, now we're at a thing where the vegans say it's too much like meat, where it makes them feel uncomfortable, right? And he said, but it's not for the people who are initiated, it's for getting people into eating this because it has more nutrition in it because it's like a specially designed thing.
Right.
But, it apparently, I'd be interested to try it. Like if they can make meat like something healthy that's meatish
Oh yeah.
that I can eat and be healthy with it. That's cool. I mean, I will still eat meat. I
Yeah.
love meat.
Yeah.
I could never be a vegan. Also, speaking of vegans, why do we call it almond milk when you can't milk almonds? Wouldn't it be almond juice?
Why are you trying to hurt me?
Okay, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You
Like-
really can't milk an almond.
I mean,
Very true.
you can call it almond
If
juice.
not, I want to know where these nipples are because they would probably look interesting.
Yeah.
I had some
Like-
very good fucking orange milk today for breakfast.
Yeah, orange milk, right? But I mean,
Yeah,
like,
why
you could advertise it like, almond juice, a milk substitute or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But they call it almond milk. And it's like, you ain't milk.
quicker.
You're as milk as
Quicker
skim
to say.
milk.
Everybody has short attention spans. They want to get it off as quick as possible.
Yeah. Plus, it costs less, so. I
So
kinda
skim milk isn't
understand.
milk either, right? That's water trying to be milk, right?
No, that's still milk.
I mean, have you ever tasted it next to like actual like percentage milk?
Yeah.
It's very watery,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
not
they
milky.
do-
Very.
it's not made the same way, of course, that normal milk is, but it does have like.
I understand that it's
the
still
roots and all
still
that.
milk and it still has calcium and it's nutritious for you and everything, but it's very very watery.
Yeah.
And that's the why I'm saying that it's water trying to be milk.
I'm not even like that big of a milk guy anymore. I used to have milk at every meal, like milk and cereal for breakfast, milk at lunch with sandwiches, and then milk with whatever the dinner is. Then it progressed to where I was only eating it at dinner and with cereal. And now it's where I'll eat it. I mean, well, I'll drink
I
it.
mean, you
if-
could eat it. It's called ice cream.
Thank you. I will only drink it now if it's like a special occasion for like cookies or like some food like that you eat a lot of. You have to have something to
Or
drink
like really
next to you,
peanut
or else it
buttery
feels
things,
weird.
right?
Yeah. So
I'm
stuff that
kind of
makes
the same way. I used to drink a lot of milk, right? Like I used to drink. I think I told this story before, and I don't remember if I told it last time. But I used to, when I was younger, I would milk orange juice and milk, right?
Mhm.
And it tasted like sherbet to me, right? My dad was telling me that I'm going to destroy my stomach, for one. But
Yeah.
two, I was getting, my vitamin C and my calcium all in one drink. It was very delicious and probably very good for me to a point. I mean, it all goes to the same place anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
But no, because I drank a lot of milk when I was a kid, and I've never broken a bone. Like, have you broken a bone, Ethan?
Nope.
No, right?
I
like,
mean, I haven't either, but I'm lactose intolerant, so.
well, you're just fucking, you're an anomaly, right?
Well, So you're opening
One of
up
those
you're
special
opening up
cases.
doors to the other side of the thing that I was gonna say, where the more research I do and the more like I pay attention to stuff about milk and calcium and all that crap, the more I figure out that like it really isn't that huge of a deal if you have it or not. Like the calcium intake that you get from it is so minuscule that you can get it from other things and you don't have to worry about it. And like milk can make you lethargic. We're not meant to necessarily ingest it like some of us can because we've learned to. But like there's a reason why there's so many people who are lactose intolerant. And so the more that I do it, I mean, the more that I get off of trying to drink milk, the better I feel, quite honestly.
Well, I mean, it's an easy way to get your kids to have their calcium intake because kids normally are
Right.
stingy with what they eat. So it's a very, very useful thing for your kids. I mean, I was a little bit of lactose intolerant when I was a kid. Like I couldn't eat cheese or anything else. But my mom, because I was really young at that time, my mom started slipping in small portions of milk and things like that. I guess I because I was still young and developing, like growing, I built that ability to consume milk.
Yeah, we adapt to stuff as
yeah.
humans. It makes sense.
Like with peanuts and how there's kids who are allergic to peanuts and they have this whole peanut allergy. It's they're finding out that their kids aren't introduced to peanuts really early, or the mom didn't have peanuts when she was pregnant or whatever, so they're never exposed to it, and then they build up this I guess it's an intolerance where they literally become allergic where it can kill them. And
Yeah.
I mean, if your kid is already a certain age, do not give them peanut butter if they're allergic. It's past that point. It's only when like they're really young, right? Or when the mom's pregnant, like that's the time to do it. But not, after like a couple of years.
Right.
Like this is,
Yeah.
like my brother,
Not worth it.
he had a kid recently, and his wife ate peanut butter while she was pregnant, and they've even started moving her to baby food, and now she eats a little bits of peanut butter here and there, like just a little, like a bit on the finger. She loves peanut butter. Like I loved peanut butter too. Like when I was a kid, honestly, I would eat spoonfuls of it. Just peanut butter. Peanut butter's delicious.
Yeah, peanut butter is pretty legit.
Yeah, I feel bad for people who cannot have peanut butter.
Yeah.
Where are the people who are making, things like all these substances for meat like replacements and milk replacements, but where's the fucking peanut replacements? There are people who cannot have peanut butter cups. Like, come on.
There's people who are, well, I don't know. Maybe they're focusing more on getting like
There was
dinner
a kid.
feeds and all that taken care
There
of,
was
so they don't starve, not the sweets first.
There
Yeah.
was a kid who is allergic to peanuts. And this was a story from him being in like grade school or something. And he never had like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh,
He
God.
one day had his EpiPen ready, and he said, "Get ready, because I'm tired of not being able to eat it." And he eats the
Oh.
fucking peanut butter cup and gets hit with his
Oh,
EpiPen,
damn.
and he said he regretted nothing. He said it was worth it.
Oh, yeah. Peanut butter, man.
If he knew how
Yo,
much
you know what I think
EpiPens
is kind
cost
of
it now.
bullshit? Fucking the peanut-free sections in schools now. Like tables and complete sections of classrooms are meant for people who can't eat peanut butter.
Now
So
there's
they
two.
can
Like
Stop
that's just
trying to
fucking
teach
stupid.
There's
It's so they stop getting kids to like sneak them in by telling them you guys can't have this over and over again. At least they have a place that they can go,
There
Yeah,
are
really.
two
I
types
remember,
of being allergic to peanuts too. Is there's like just being
Mhm.
contact allergic and ingesting. If it's just ingesting, that they shouldn't have a problem. But contact, that's the worst type.
Right.
I remember fucking what's it called? Seeing what's it called? In my little brother's school, there was a sign on one of the doors that says "Absolutely no peanuts allowed behind this point. Anyone found with peanut behind this point will be expelled." Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Damn.
And it was a door, right? Just a door to like two classrooms
mhm.
that were split side by side. And fucking what I wanted to do was go and fucking grab some peanut butter, right? Put it on the door handle, right? And put a sign up there that says, "Would you like to play a game?"
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Shit.
No peanuts allowed past this point. If
Brings
you
in
bring them
walnuts.
past this point, you go back to kindergarten too.
Kindergarten
Oh
too.
no. I'm not going back there.
Can I bring
Fuck
in
that
walnuts,
shit.
Trevor? Because that's a different allergy altogether, is walnuts and like
Yeah.
tree nuts. There's just so many kids that are allergic to like things. Like okay, so like gluten, right?
Yeah.
I took a nutrition class in college, and my teacher is a nutritionist and everything. She did all this stuff, and she was gonna be a vegan, but then she stopped when she became a nutritionist. I wonder why that is. But we also learned that vegans have a deficiency in B12. Like there's certain vitamins that they don't get from their food because it's only available in meat, so they have to take supplements. So they're not. It's not the healthiest diet if you're just doing a diet. You had to take supplements.
Yeah.
I take certain supplements anyway because I don't eat certain rights amounts of foods. Just so you know. But we're talking about gluten and how there are major allergies, but gluten isn't under the category of an allergy. It's under the category of an intolerance. And the thing is, though, gluten is actually something that healthy people are supposed to ingest, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be good for us. And people who are gluten intolerant, it really sucks for them because they're missing out on a certain. I don't remember most of this class. I got a C in it.
Oh,
I
Nailed it.
I remember this
That's
part
passing
though.
grade.
Look, it was only the fucking like the certain weird projects we were given. Like it wasn't super elaborated on, okay? Like, but I remember the lectures.
Kind of a bullshit class.
Yeah, I remember the lectures. I just don't remember all the fucking things that we were supposed to do with the projects. Fair enough, right?
Yeah.
I was taking another class that I think I got an A in. And I strike it was a B. I got an A this year in a different class. But no, we were taught like there was a girl in our class. She was gluten intolerant, and it has a certain an actual official name. I just don't remember the name of it currently. Like it's something disease or something
Celiac?
like that. I think so. I don't quote me on any of this. I'm not a health expert. Or I am. You know, I could be a health expert. Give me enough
Totally
time.
an expert, took one fucking class.
You know what? You give me
Definitely
enough
know what you're
time.
talking about.
You give me enough time and enough pity from other people, and I could be a doctor. Look at today's people. They can pity their way into anything.
Yeah, really.
But no, yeah, it's really weird. Like it only like really became common knowledge within the last few years of like people being gluten intolerant, and it's really weird, right? Like all of a sudden it's just like people are now like they can't have gluten. Not all people, just some. I still eat pretty much anything because I'm blessed enough and lucky enough that I don't have an allergy or an intolerance to that. And I'm sure you guys are too, except for Ian, who can't have milk.
mostly. Yeah.
Does it just make you gassy, Ian?
Oh, it fucking tears my stomach to shit.
So, like, if you
So-
if you wanted to be really gassy and everything to like annoy people and things like that, just to suffer, like make them suffer with you on a long road trip, you'd drink a glass of milk.
I don't think he would want to suffer that way.
I wouldn't want to.
Look.
Though. Like that shit hurts. It's so not fun.
If I gave you like $100,000, would you do it?
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
I would.
I think if I gave him $100,
Like-
he'd do it.
It depends on how long the road trip. Because I also.
Well,
do
I mean, it's only
cars.
one glass.
It's.
How long
also
does it last for?
I fucking anywhere from an hour to all day.
That's a really interesting time frame.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I faked out there for a second. What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about intolerances
Good work.
after we were talking about how dumb 10-year-olds are who are eating fidget spinners.
No.
Yeah, somehow we got there.
Drinking a whole glass of what?
Milk.
Milk.
Because because I'm not lactose intolerant, so I was asking Ian about what being lactose intolerant is.
Yeah.
It's not being able to eat ice cream. That's what it is.
He could probably have
Yeah, I
certain
don't
ice-
eat a lot of ice cream. I can, but I can only do it in small amounts because afterwards my stomach hurts so damn bad. But it tastes so fucking good.
Yeah, that's
So-
the thing. Like, there's people who like the kid with the peanut butter cup. Like, he wanted it. There's people who are allergic to shellfish, and they can't eat it, but
Allergic
some of
to
them
shrimp.
try. People try things, man. Like, they're allergic to shit or they're intolerant to shit, and then they still try it.
Yeah.
Here's something real fucked up, right?
Okay.
Here's how I found out I was allergic to shrimp, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
You're eating shrimp.
2 weeks before this happened, right?
Yeah.
I just had a huge damn shrimp buffet with my grandmother.
Yeah.
We had fucking literally piles of fried shrimp. So I go to Friendly's,
Yeah.
right? And they have all you can eat shrimp. And I was like, you know what? I could do this again, right? I start eating the all-you-can-eat shrimp. And all of a sudden, my face hurts. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And fucking my lips hurt. And the fucking I was basically told I should have gone to the hospital. I go to the fucking doctor. I'm like, hey, I had something really weird happen when I ate shrimp. Never happened before. Just 2 weeks ago, I had a whole bunch of shrimp and I was fine. And she was like, oh, let's just do an allergy test real quick. And so I was like, I'm pretty confident I'm not allergic to anything. I go and fucking come 15 minutes later when the test is done, she's like, you're allergic to 57 of the 63 substances we tested you for.
Oh.
Which included every kind of fucking tree, fucking dogs,
Every
fucking
tree?
Every
shrimp,
okay.
mold,
Trevor,
fucking...
I have a quick question
and
for you.
apparently this shrimp allergy just developed in the span of 2 weeks. It was nuts.
That's really interesting because you had all that shrimp, and then all of a sudden your body's like, you know what? No, we're not
I
doing
really
this
don't
again.
want this.
Like there was like just a dude in your brain who controls all the switches of what you're allowed to have and aren't allowed to have. You eat all that shrimp, and he's like, you know what? Flick, we're not doing this again, friend.
He just took a ruler and flipped them all up just at once.
just watch this, watch. Like you got like your brain cells had a bet. Can you make him allergic to everything? He's like, fucking, I can try.
See how many buttons I can push in the span of a minute.
So Trevor,
What happens?
when you visited earlier this year, I mean, you looked fairly good for a dead guy. You know? You're just walking around like us normal people who are alive, and you're just sitting like, you know, you were just a corpse, man. Because I'm pretty sure...
Looking at this picture. I'm looking at this picture of this butterfly at a tattoo fucking place, and the butterfly says to the tattoo artist, "I want a tattoo of a fat hoe."
You know you shouldn't have a tramp stamp when you have to lift up some fat to show it.
Oh God.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Well, time to leave. All
Yeah,
right.
you know what? I think that's a great thing to end on.
That's a great way to make people feel sad.
Look, okay, number one, if you
I
got
mean,
it
it's
before
true, but,
and
like-
now it's covered up by your fat, one, you don't have to pay for tattoo removal now because now it's just hiding. Okay,
Hey,
and it's
hey,
only
hey,
there
if
when
you
you
just-
want to show it. You know, it's like, hey, look at what I got.
If she does the Harlem
Hey,
Shake, it looks like it's flapping its wings and flying.
They have.
Oh.
Oh my. They have job
Oh,
security
no.
at least.
They have job security. It's
The place doesn't like you having tattoos, and you can hide it. Good for you.
I mean,
Oh, man.
I'm personally not gonna look anyway. You know, it's like, look at my tattoo, and you're like, "Bleh."
Oh,
Why is it deformed?
oh.
It looks like Mothra. Where's Godzilla?
Oh
Oh,
my
wait, I
God.
see. You've eaten him.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, as much as I love this topic, I realize that it's been about an hour, and I still have a set of stuff to go through. So we should probably change topics.
Yeah, go ahead and just go through your set real quick because we always allow for time, even if we go a little over. That's all right.
Right.
So go ahead and we'll talk about your set because we went off topic really hardcore.
Yeah,
we
we were
did.
talking
Great.
about
It was a good
fidget
time.
spinners, and then we went through several different things. So go ahead.
Well, I was trying to figure out a way that I wasn't going to be as intellectual as last time, so I went as easy as I can go on not being intellectual.
You don't
Drunk
have to
people.
tone yourself down.
Drunk people. Oh boy.
Drunk people. I'm not toning myself down. I just want to. I wanted to talk about this for a little bit
Okay.
because I've realized as much as alcohol changes people, and as much as it doesn't change people, I have found some really strange crap that like just weird crap happens, and I wanted to share some of it with you, not giving any names. So the first one, I'll give a little bit of background on the story real quick. It was a Halloween party. It happened this year. It was the first time I've been in an apartment, and everyone in the place was drinking except for me.
One second. You
I-
said a Halloween party that happened this year?
Yes, yes.
It's June.
Well,
Oh,
last
thank you.
26.
Sorry. This past semester,
Oh,
I think,
James.
I think of everything in terms of school years. So my year
That's
starts in
real
September.
difficult when you get out of school next year.
This
you're
past
right.
year.
So anyway,
Go
so
ahead.
it's a Halloween party. Everyone's drinking but me. And I have this friend who showed up. He said I'm gonna be very careful to not, go all out, and I'm gonna wait. If I do decide to go all out, I'll wait till the end of the party to do it, so I don't, lose my mind way too quickly off the gate. He showed up. He was the first one there, and he had already been drinking a couple beers,
Of course.
so he was already starting to feel it a little bit.
That pregame.
A guy walks in, gives him the opportunity to get crossfaded,
Oh no.
and he took it. After that, all bets were off on his previous thing. He kept drinking everything that was handed to him, literally everything. And it got to a point where
He drank.
he was super silent and he was staring at the wall. And I was like, "You all right? You all right, buddy?" And he was just smiling. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm great." And I was like, "Okay, good. I'm just checking." He goes, "Yeah, I just can't get off this couch, so I'll be here for a while." And I was like, "All right, so that's fine. I'll leave him there."
Wait, real quick. You know what I would have done? I would have
What?
taken the remote control for the TV, put it right up next to his fucking face, and then started switching the channel to the wall.
You know what he was doing? He was looking into different dimensions.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that bad yet. The worst part is that he
Yet.
knows the people I live with, and one of them was dressed up like Luigi, and the other one was dressed up like Mario, right?
Yeah.
No.
And she, the one who was dressed up like Mario, every time that he walked up to him, he would go, "Hey, look, it's sexy Mario."
Oh.
And like every night, like all that whole night, she was just referred to as Sexy Mario. And she was like, "You've known me for years. We went to school together. What is my name?" And he's just like, "I don't know, Sexy Mario." And so every time that he gets drunk now and I see it, I have to think about that in my head, which I think that's funny. But I wanted to contrast between that with another friend of mine.
Okay.
She doesn't go to school with me in college, but she went to school with me in high school.
Was it Sexy Mario?
It was not Sexy Mario. Sexy Mario I just met this year.
Oh, okay.
So her thing is everyone needs to keep an eye on her
Oh.
because the moment the tiniest bit of alcohol is in her, she leaves the room. And when she leaves the room, she's searching. She's looking for tequila.
Oh no.
No matter what
no.
she drank, she's looking for tequila. And if she finds tequila, then she'll immediately start stripping.
Oh.
Oh.
And so
So
like,
when you want her to strip,
Lovely.
you give her tequila.
well, I mean, she's not an unattractive person, but like for her safety and for the fact that it doesn't
well,
like,
obviously.
change anything at the party's tone and all that, like it's our
This
job
is
to
for a private time when you're gonna have
Yeah.
sexy time and she's very nervous. Then you give her the tequila.
Yeah.
As long as it's
as
consensual.
long as she consents it.
Yeah.
consent.
Well, soberly consents.
Right.
Even
Yeah,
though if you're both drunk, and you both consent, isn't it just regret at that point?
Yes, usually.
that's a
Because
whole
you're
different
both
topic.
drunk.
She's just
That's
someone
gonna
that
take
you.
another hour just to talk about.
We've decided that we just have to follow her at all
Put
points.
the baby leash on her.
Well,
Okay.
okay, and then sorry, I'm kind of speeding through it, but
It's okay.
the last one, my favorite one, and Ian knows this person. I'm not going to give out their name, but my favorite thing that this person does, and I never would have expected it because he's a super quiet individual. He's very intelligent, but I never would have expected he is a drinker. When he drinks, he screams, and he makes this sound. It's not like a scream, and it's not like a yell, but it's like in between. It sounds he's trying to like
That
throw
point
up.
where you kind of get loud. but
Honestly,
not really.
like he goes all the time. He walks into every room that he goes into, and he makes that sound.
So
well-
he does like a weird, like yelling, gagging thing, like.
Yeah, every time, and it's so strange because that's when you can tell that he's there, like he's past that limit of
He's
like
past the.
when he's gone.
He's at that point.
You can't help
The
him
last
now.
time he did it, I couldn't find him, and I gave up, and I
no.
went to bed.
Did you just listen
And
for him?
my roommates, well, he was with my roommates at the time. I didn't know that. I
Oh, yeah,
had
he's
thought
fine.
he was done for the night. He came back home an hour or two later after I was in bed, and I heard him downstairs from him screaming. He had found a Guitar Hero guitar controller,
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no.
and apparently they Snapchatted me this all night long, and I saw it the next morning. He followed them around, and he would just rapidly click the picking part, just and he just kept following them around with it. So now every time that he like starts to get drunk, he goes and he finds that guitar, so he can just follow people around and start doing that. And I think it is the weirdest
no.
thing I've ever seen.
Fucking. I thought you were gonna tell me that he started playing it on like a TV that was off or something. Like
No,
that.
no.
But this
See,
is equally entertaining.
It's equally entertaining, but it's frightening at the same time because you don't want to see a man staring you down, clicking that thing super fast and just going all the time. Like it's freaky.
It is. Isn't it funny how getting drunk and just like kind of alcoholism is sort of normalized in our society, but like
very much.
but smoking
But-
weed is like that.
Yeah,
that
marijuana is
thing.
nowhere
And-
near.
Like even I know that marijuana is basically just a different type of like intoxication, with being sort of like drunk. It's like they're on par with each other in certain ways.
Right.
But I still have that stigma where I still think about it as like something that's sort of like off or like, you know, not quite right. You know what I mean? Like, even though I
Yeah.
know it's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as you're doing it in a state that's legal.
Yeah.
Kids at home.
Yeah. It's like
don't,
if you
don't go
doing it-
buying from a dealer. That's just dangerous.
if you do it and you know that you're fine, but at the same time, in the back of your mind, because you were raised to think it was wrong, like that's how I feel. If
Yeah.
I were to ever do that, I would be like, this doesn't seem right. I'm sure I'd be panicky.
I've tried it before and it did nothing for me. Except made me throw up all night.
Oh my.
Yeah. I talked to Ian about it before, and he was like, yeah, you probably swallowed a lot of smoke. I was like,
Yeah.
probably. I was fucking young when I tried it.
If you aren't used to smoking when you start smoking weed, it's
I was not.
it's a thing at first.
But I think equally, with marijuana being legalized more and more, you shouldn't drive high. It's because you can get to that point where it's not exactly safe anymore.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there should probably be that sort of same law where you're still intoxicated, and it probably is, like, if you get pulled over and you're high or something, and they'll probably try to test you on that.
Yeah.
They
Officers
won't
are
be
fine. I've
able to,
only
though,
had 2
'cause everyone's
joints.
different when it comes to fucking marijuana. There's no
Everything-
way to
everything's
tell
got
how
a
high
limit.
someone is.
You could probably smell it on them.
Well, yeah, you can smell it on them, but
I mean, I would say, like, for safety, there should probably be a law with operating heavy machinery or driving or
Yeah.
boating or whatever. Just because you think you're fine
Avoid
with
the
it, you
stupid
shouldn't risk
people,
other
yeah.
people's lives and your own life because you think you're okay or whatever, you know?
yeah,
You know,
it's just not
uh,
really worth it.
Yeah, like, because if you're dead or you kill somebody, you gotta, like, well, if you kill somebody, you gotta live with it. If you're dead, then, well, other people gotta live with it.
You're fucked.
Do you know how much funerals
Officer.
are? They're not cheap.
Officer, I'm fine. I've only had 2 fat rails of white lightning.
Yeah.
I had some Rainbow Kush. It was my favorite. That shit will never be in the U.S. like legally.
Officer,
And now
I'm
it
okay. I've only
sounds
had
like
all
we're
the meth.
drifting onto
We-
nothing.
We do a lot of drifting in these talks, and
Yeah.
I applaud anyone who sits through it. And
Yeah. Good for them.
we're still
There are some funny moments, but like
we're still
it
learning.
gets stupid quick.
We're still learning like the podcast thing, and we're still
Yeah.
refining it and testing things out. The picture thing works fine if you're doing it for like YouTube, like I am, and I could possibly try to sneak that in there.
Yeah.
Would not work if someone's just listening on a device.
Right. And it doesn't take too much for them to Google
Yeah,
picture
so
of Blue Barney costume.
Yeah.
I'll see about putting it in the video if I remember.
Yeah.
I might forget.
But if not, good luck. Go to fucking Google. You'll
Yeah, I
you'll be
mean,
fine.
you can Google
find
like
probably
old
what we were
Barney
looking
or
at.
whatever, or original Barney. You can also like if you want to see the X-ray of the kid, just look up kid choking on fidget spinner or some shit like that, and you'll probably see the X-rays. It's honestly, it's
I need to remember for next time around that I find that actual original picture because I still can't find anything on the internet. And
yeah.
I'm just curious, but I wanna send it so you guys get a look at what that actually was supposed to
The
be.
the drifting probably helped a little bit. Contrast Trevor's "we're in different realities" thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a little bit like Trevor, you fucking we let you have the wheel for like the first time in a while,
And you fucking
and you
crash the car
fucking
immediately.
literally like you crashed it and did donuts in a
Stomp on the
tree. Like
gas. Hit the tree. We go through the fucking tree. Thank God. But like,
but now we're in a fucking alternate
Goddamn.
universe.
Wait. I don't remember that happening. Maybe it was an alternate universe in which that happened.
Jesus
Exactly.
Christ, Trevor.
You don't remember the tree, but everyone else does, so it's okay. That's
Sure,
what
he
happened.
was driving while intoxicated.
You'll remember it
That's
eventually.
why. Oh my god.
Maybe I won't remember it as a tree. I'll remember it as a bush distinctly.
Maybe it's because we were like 20 feet up in the air, and that's why you thought it was a bush.
It's
I
why it
think
was a
I
bush.
think I ran that step sign.
That step side. Anyway.
Fuck it. We're done.
Yeah, we're
The
done.
second time.
We're done. Thank you for joining us with Dangerous Society. I like Dangerous Society. I think Dangerous Society is just. Let's be fair, Trevor. I think dangerous, because then I think we are. We don't have to be dangers. But thank you for joining us. Please like, subscribe, maybe hit the little bell so you get notifications when I do put videos out. And honestly, share it. Why not? Right?
I'm gonna eat dinner. See
Your
you guys.
friends will enjoy. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Or, I mean, play it when they're
Oh,
drunk,
okay.
too. See what they do.
Yeah.
All right, so you all have a nice day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bah.